All right, folks, we're back and hoping that Skype will hold up. Fingers crossed. We will be getting into another series soon. Now, we had mentioned there was a team that needed to go potentially early, so we'll be skipping to their match next, which is, I think you said, Immortals versus EU Scrubs.
Yes, but I think that is changing.
Oh.
Vinculum?
Okay, well, while Zombie
Okay.
figures out what we're casting, we're going to go open up some more loot boxes and cross our fingers for some luck. Please! Mercy! I mean, by the way, because I know someone already suggested this earlier, like, absolutely, I could probably just buy this at the end of the day. I've got about 3,000 coins, and I think that's how much the Halloween skins are. But I'd much rather get out of a box. Oh, I did get a Corsair one, though. The Thunderbird Legendary one.
Okay, so I guess Selfless must have just been like okay with a huge break, by the way.
Hey, sometimes a break's a nice thing.
Yeah. As they could have been coming up now because I think it was Immortals or Euro Scrubs that need to go, and one of the teams isn't responding. So we're switching over to NWA, which is like NBAs. Anyways, versus Vinculum.
All right, Vinculum, by the way, a very annoyingly difficult team name to pronounce. Because I want to just call it Vinculum every time I read it.
All right. Oh, NWA is Ninjas with Attitude. Okay.
Okay, well, I was just going to finish that point saying Vinculum was actually pretty good when we watched them last time. Playing up against Velociraptor Gaming, it was going to be tough because how good it proved Velociraptor Gaming was. But Vinculum gave them a run for their money. So I imagine they'll do pretty well here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I'm down to 30 boxes left. Come on!
Okay, go for it, man.
I got the Reaper one. Yo, the Widowmaker leg pose, I'm okay with. Come on, Mercy, where are you hiding? I don't want the Michael Jackson Soldier 76 skin. Go away. You're not even legendary. Who cares about you? Ah! Okay, we're gonna go to 25 and stop, guys, because that'll be like half the loot boxes. Feels bad, man. One more. Slime Grip, can I get a good luck?
Good luck.
Now I know that this will be it. Blonde like the hair of the grub! Oh my god, it was! Oh my god, it's Mercy!
Because I really did wish you luck, you know? It wasn't just a fake one.
Thank you. You sent the luck my way. I could feel it, dude. Like, coming across Skype, you're just like channeling that good mojo. Now I don't even want to open the other 25 boxes. Is there a garbage can I can just throw those into? Like, hello?
Ah, no, try and get the sprays. They're so cute.
Oh yeah, I need to go look that up. Which character did you say the spray was on?
Anna?
Anna?
Okay.
Let's go look this up real quick.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
Might have. Oh no, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's at the
Trick or Treat.
bottom. Yeah, I got it here. There we go.
Oh, and you can't unlock it. It's mine. Okay, we're good.
Oh yeah, how much is it? 75?
75.
I don't care that much. That is a totally adorable one. And by the way, like, seriously, Anna was super cute. Like, never mind. That's gonna go rude. But Anna making Mercy fly, that's pretty adorable. That's pretty adorbs.
Right? All of them are pretty adorbs. I like every single Halloween spray.
Alright, so which
did you
is...
see? Oh, did you see the Soldier 76 one? Sure, that's even more important.
No, let me go look in the Hero Gallery. Soldier 76. Sprays?
Go for the Halloween one, the Trick or Treat one.
Yeah, I gotta go all the way to the bottom. Oh, the grumpy old man in the chair.
Yeah. This is the only different one.
I love that he's wearing like an orange jumper too. He's in a rocking chair. I actually might unlock that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If this is that, then I wonder if Diva's got that one that Zoevia tweeted. Hang on, where's
No, I think that was just a fan one. I think Diva's just the box.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
I like it. Nice. Okay. Out of game. As we confirm what we're getting into next. Which of who and what?
Who, what, Quay? It's going to be Ninjas with Attitude versus Vinculum.
Okay, I'm gonna go edit this up.
So Ninja's Attitude is actually a team I got to see when I was watching another kind of smaller tournament like us, I suppose. I forget what it's called. Kings of the Nordic or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, King of Nordic. Yeah, okay. They went up against Ninjas in Pajamas, which is like one of the best teams, and they did lose. But from what I remember watching, they did not lose without grace. You know, like they actually had a couple of really good moments, which I thought it was actually very impressive when you go up against like one of these teams that has a history like Ninjas in Pajamas.
I love the reaction to your good luck, by the way. Well, that's stream delay, of course, but what are the odds? Sombra confirmed! Yeah, Zombie Grub hacked the game code for me, guys. It was awesome. Why is everyone leaving the lobby? What's going on? Did we do something wrong?
I don't know, but now Selfless is telling me that that they didn't actually talk it out with that team, so they've been waiting. It'd be very rude to continue doing this if they're waiting.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm down for whatever. Just get us in the lobby. I just need to know the team name so I can set up the overlay and make it all nice and pretty. Of course, thank you, Haro SOS, for clipping that. I'm going to go tweet it out real quick. Yeah, what are the odds, indeed?
It's confusing. You should. Okay, I'm actually really confused where I am now. I've been invited to like 2 different lobbies.
Well, luckily...
Which team are you?
I mean, we could just pick one and tell the other team to wait.
Okay. Who team are you? Okay, so let me try and get an answer here. Stealth spree. Okay, so we're going. This is Vinculum versus Ninja's Attitude. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put this. So NA versus Vinculum is up now.
It just had a horrible typo. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't hit tweet. Oh my
Selfless
Jesus.
GG.
So... I'll fill you in when
Now
you're done.
everyone knows. Now everyone knows.
Okay, so I was going to tweet that clip, and I said if I ever go to Vegas... Well, sorry, what I meant to write was, if I ever go to Vegas, I'm definitely bringing Zombie Grub along to blow up my dice. And I tried to do like the ... dice as a joke, but then like my brain actually wrote dick out, and I was like, oh god, don't tweet that. Oh my god.
Please no.
Too late, it's tweeted. You're even tagged. Feels bad, man. Alright, by the way, while we're waiting still, if you guys didn't see, Zombie Grub actually put a video out. Was it this morning? I didn't actually see when it was.
Yes, this morning.
She put a video out this morning detailing some of her plans for the future, I guess we'll say, specifically with going to Korea and all that. So, hang on, this is... Wait, which teams are playing?
This is Ninja's Attitude, NWA, versus Vinculum, which is Catface.
Okay, they had Catface. I was like, wait, isn't that the hamster guys?
Yeah, people just love the Catface, I guess. So, now we got it all figured out. Hopefully no one else will have any stipulations about when they want to play. I have no idea what happened to that one team, by the way, that was like... I guess maybe the guy didn't actually have to leave, or they didn't care as much. I don't know.
Vinculum, Ninja's Attitude. I'm all set on my end whenever they're ready to go.
Yeah, whenever...
I've been asking what's the stream delay. Of course, we got about 2.5 minute stream delay as per usual, as we always do. I don't know really how much you need for Overwatch to really be safe, but to be honest, with team compositions out there, it's dangerous if we have no stream delay and we start talking about a Hanzo pick or something like that. So really have to keep it with some delay still at the end of the day for tournament broadcasting. I wish we didn't, but unfortunately we do.
Yeah.
Zombie Grub.
Yeah. You can't hang up on me.
I can't, but I can time you out in chat. That'll work.
So you won't even be able to put it back to what our setup is.
I know we've set up something rather unnecessarily complicated with Skype to get around issues, and hanging up is not worth the joke anymore. What I can do is I guess just mute and minimize everything and hope that has the same effect. Anyways, I guess we didn't really make that big of a deal about it because I kind of forgot that we were already there. But by the way, quick shoutouts to Nice Hamsters for qualifying through, being the first team qualified to the main event.
Yeah. Yay! Of course, they're joining 4 other teams that we had last weekend.
Yeah, actually, I can go to that scene real quick. I'm not sure how we'll seed this up or anything just yet, guys. We'll most likely just randomize it since the brackets themselves didn't have any seeding, but it was Q question mark. I'll have to look up that team name, I guess. Velociraptor Gaming, H2K Overwatch, and Toronto Esports were the top 4 from the first qualifier. Now joined by Nice Hamsters and soon to be 3 other teams. We'll be casting all 3 of these best of 3s, and I mean, our last tournament ran about 4 hours. This one's looking to be about the same, providing there's not too many delays or downtime.
I love that there's no copy-paste feature in Overwatch.
There still isn't in WoW either. You have to download like add-ons for that too, which boggles my mind. Like, cause StarCraft, you just right-click, copy, easy.
That wasn't an option for a long time either, though. So
that's very true. That
just be
did
proud
take,
that StarCraft got something first for once.
right? Yeah, it did take its time. Was this here the picks and
Thank
bans?
you to Epsilox1 for the 24-month resub.
2 years is a long time. As I try and get the Overwatch draft thing up. There we go.
Yeah, they aren't going quite yet.
Nope, but we'll be able to watch the picks and bans as they do go.
NWA has to accept or something. I'm actually not even really sure how Overwatch draft works. I kind of forgot it was a thing last week when they were like, "Oh, we're using this." And it's a nice, fancy way to do things, visible way to do things, I suppose. They have 900 seconds to respond. How many minutes is that?
Well, you would divide by
More
60.
than 10. Not wrong. Are you actually trying to do this?
No, I just thought you had more following that up. It is giving you
no.
the opportunity.
Nope.
So do you know about the subreddit simulator on Reddit, by the way?
No.
So it's, I guess, a Reddit that's entirely composed of like a bot that just takes information from other Reddits, sees what's upvoted, creates its own sort of posts and other things, and sometimes ends up on the front page of Reddit just because of the way the system works and the upvotes. Some of the upvotes are real people, a lot of them are fake because, again, it's a subreddit simulator. But this one is like, the title is "Being Gay is Not a Gay Man." And it's a picture of like a GameCube that's been modded into a TV. Like, and my thoughts are, if this is learning from other subreddits, what got posted that would lead to this title and this image combined?
Reddit's an amazing place.
Sometimes it is. Not when it's StarCraft Reddit.
Oh God.
So other things that have happened for me while we're waiting, and this has taken a while to get started. Some of you stopped by, and a shout out and a thank you to those of you who did. But the other night I was on my friend the Stacy Roy's channel doing pumpkin carving and stuff. Made the worst pumpkin of all time. But we also ordered a bunch of pizzas. And we ordered pizzas from like 3 different places to specifically compare like the type of pizzas, right? And well, they were all like, I would eat any of those pizzas. Like, none of them were terrible. The cost to deliciousness ratio was way off. Pizza Hut was like the worst for how expensive it was, and we even got the stuffed crust, right? I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I remember stuffed crust. This shit was like the jam growing up. Like, you begged your mom to get stuffed crust pizza, right? We get this, and I'm just like, this feels like it just wasn't cooked properly. The cheese isn't even gooey. Like, it was the biggest letdown of my adult life. I'm going to just minimize this for the time being, guys, because they don't seem to be getting started with it. So you can see our lovely faces.
Yeah, they say they're banning right now, but I don't see it, so... I don't know.
Okay, I'll just remove it then.
I was gonna say, I've never... I remember a time in my life where I was very curious about stuffed crust, but it's like more money, I think, so I never...
At the end of the day, you kind of say, screw it.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to ask, or when I brought up my parents, they were like, "Well, how much extra is it?" And they didn't want to bother, basically, because they didn't think it was going to be that good. So I've never actually had it. I guess I'll just admit that right now.
Wow. Woo.
Yeah, and I have in recent years just started preferring thin crust anyway. So
you don't like cheese in the first place, right?
I like cheese.
Or we had some discussion about cheese recently. I can't remember what that pertained to then, but
just that you like cheese, which is surprising because you're lactose intolerant.
Right, okay, I for some reason perceived that as you didn't. But anyways, my only point on this was, it was not as good as the commercials made it look. Like, in the commercials, they rip off the pizza, you pull the slice out of the whole pizza, and it's like gooey and cheese, and they get the bit of the crust just like sticking to the other cheese as you pull it out. No, it was not like that at all. And eating it was just like, it felt like there was something rubbery in my mouth, like, nah.
New link, by the way. I know what you're talking about, because I said I didn't really like cheese in general, because I don't really care for, like, Kraft cheese or Velveeta cheese, because we're talking about mac and cheese, I think. It's not that I have anything against cheese in general. So I like pizza a lot.
Yeah, actually, I had my heart broken at TwitchCon. One of my many Twitch crushes, turns out she does not like pizza. In fact, she likes to hate pizza. And I was like, oh.
Because she's a terrible person.
Right? And I'm like, well, I guess I can't idolize you anymore. It feels bad, man.
That's hella true. All right, so their bans are already done. Unfortunately, we didn't get the new link until it was bid in. So the choices have actually been Nepal. Whoa,
Lijiang Tower,
two?
Nepal,
King of the Hill maps.
Okay, this is really cool because for those who don't know format-wise, like this is actually a best of 5 within this single game. So again, I know for the newer folks tuning in, it's going to be confusing here. I was talking about best of 5, best of 3s. I really want to make it clear before we get into it. The actual match of Ninjas with Attitude versus Vinculum is a best of 3. But the control point maps are going to be best of 5s, and that's what we'll be talking about when referring to the best of 5s in the upcoming series. Hopefully helps remove some confusion.
Exactly.
But we're ready to go whenever they are.
Yeah. It's taking a little bit longer than ideal because we do have other teams waiting. But Ninja's Attitude needs a minute.
Yeah, just discuss those strats, get everyone on TeamSpeak, make sure everything's good to go.
TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak.
Yep. Maybe that's exactly what they're doing.
Unrelated. So Zombie and I also recently ordered some business cards to give out at BlizzCon. Not for terms of like, I've never been a fan of business cards. In my opinion, if I can get you to follow me on Twitter, we can have some DMs. We're going to do better business than you have in my card, right? But I was thinking of it more and more. I was like, we could make some pretty cool business cards, right? Some really nice ones. So these are just simply to avoid the awkward situation of someone trying to give me their card and I have nothing to give them in return. Even though, again, I think it's more effective to just get someone to follow you on Twitter. But these came in the mail recently and they turned out pretty nice. Unfortunately, showing you the effect on camera, it doesn't seem to work so well because there's a holographic foil effect to the lettering where, think like shiny Pokemon cards, right? But because the whole card's a little bit glossy, it doesn't really show up so well when I show it to the camera because of all my lights reflecting off of it. But anyways, here's the new BaseTradeTV business card. And I actually have a story about this other than just showing this off for no reason. Oh yeah, and there's a backside too. One's got Zombie Up's info on it, one's got mine. I gave one of these to a friend at that said pumpkin carving stream just because she had given me hers in the past, and I said, here, you can finally have one of mine. And she actually really liked it. Like, she said she liked the design a lot, and she was going to collect it because it looked cool, not because she really needed it to talk to me, obviously, because we're already friends.
Yeah. The TwitchCon was surprising because it was a lot more people offering me business cards and asking for mine. Like, I'd had people say it before, but it didn't seem really overwhelming. But like a good dozen people talking about business cards at TwitchCon. So I was like, oh, okay.
For me, it's also kind of like, I know like equating it to this is just going to cause some trouble, but it's almost like getting a girl's phone number too, right? Like you've got the phone number, you don't really need her email or her Skype, or you can talk to her through that. So again, like that goes back to Twitch, Twitter, etc. Like when people need to contact me for business, like just get the one I use the most. None of like if you email me, I'm not going to check that for 3 months. Like it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's true. You know, like I have like the folder of business cards now, but God, if I will ever actually be like, oh, I need this exact business card that I was thinking of. Okay, so they have a discussion about the server, I suppose. This is a European team versus an American team. So they're going to try and get it so it's East Coast.
Okay. Also, I forgot to disable chat,
okay.
so I didn't see any of that, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. There you go.
It feels awkward, man.
Oh, the business card thing. Livy B has one of the coolest business cards I've ever seen. I showed it to you at TwitchCon. It's
Yeah.
like kind of clear and like the design is in the card kind of deal. Like, it's cool.
I actually, I liked Horona's because she had it. It looked like a mixtape rather than like a business card.
Yes. Yeah, hers is cool too.
Oh,
And I think
are
it
they
kind of
just
takes like a clever business card.
are they
they're
just remaking until they get it type thing?
So the Europeans are gonna try and make it, and they think that it's the map maker who's the server preference, I guess, goes on.
Okay, as long as then just the attitude stays red, so I don't have to redo the whole overlay. I'm cool with that.
Oh.
Well, you know what? In the meantime, I was gonna bring us to our faces. We can go open some more loot boxes. Since we got what we wanted, let's see what we can get out of what's left.
I mean, they're pretty much ready to go.
Oh well, invites please. Oh, this Reinhardt spray is actually great. It's like a kid dressed up as cardboard Reinhardt jumping in the air. You're gonna hurt yourself, kid.
Swap it around, swap it around. Is the color still correct?
I hope so.
Well, Ninjas with Attitude is red now.
Then we're good. That's
Cool!
what they were for. Fantastic.
Okay. Hopefully this works out and we get East Coast. I actually don't even know how the servers work. I mean, I think I knew that they had servers like StarCraft 2, but you can't choose them. Like mid, west, east.
Okay.
But that's really all I knew. I even forgot about it. So I don't know if the European team last time just happened to get east or they didn't care.
Okay.
What is going on? I guess this team isn't as adept at making lobbies. They're trying to change the settings.
I have chat disabled, so I don't know what's going on. You have to keep us filled in.
I am keeping you filled in. Now the settings are good. Hero selection 1 per team. Game 4. Okay, there we go. Actually, at this point, I really actually trust the teams. They've made so many lobbies in competitive play, most of them anyway, that they know the general deal, I suppose.
As I rush out and try and set some camera hotkeys to no avail, I'm sure.
Beat everyone to it. Alright, so it's been a while. That took, again, longer than ideal, especially since other people are waiting, but it's actually west. So that didn't work. And now they're just going to do whatever. Oh, great. That's kind of unfortunate for the European team.
Well, it didn't stop the other guys. Although I don't really know if we played on East or West in the previous series.
I think it was on Central in the previous one, so it would have been a little bit better. Oh well.
Alright, I'm pretty happy with these hotkeys. Let's hope these are good, guys. The nice thing about the King of the Hill maps is I don't have to keep adjusting it for...
Alright guys, hopefully this is working. So I have not been practicing Overwatch streaming, or rather observing, so this is going to be quite interesting. So I have to both learn and walk and talk, which is going to be fantastic. But Rifkin's power did go out, So this is actually going to be the best that we can do, which is very unfortunate. So he's been experimenting with observing. He knows all the hotkeys and whatnot. I have only a vague remembrance of what's going on. So I also don't have the delay here. Hopefully that is not a problem right now, as they don't realize there's no delay. But I should be getting that on after this is all over and done with. This best of 5 King of the Hill, that is over and done with. So actually getting into the game, I actually okay, so it's Vinculum who is able to get the kill or the capture for the last shrine that was, and they are looking to take this one as well. Already taken up here. Roadhog does get the Lucio, unfortunately still pushed back by Vinculum. And again, sorry for the graphics. I know that we have a graphical upgrade for sure here, but whatever. Ooh, fancy. I guess this is the third-person view he's talking about. So, I usually just hang around in, like, overall, which is why this could be a problem. Oh wow, that nano boost. That nano boost actually might take Ninjas with Attitude back as we get the flip off.
They will not give up the fight.
Which I forget how to do already, actually. How did I already forget that? Right click, that's right. Okay. I'm getting used to it. Alright, Nano Boost on the Reaper's gonna try and clear the area, exactly what he said. McCree actually had his ult as well. He's being chased down by Hang here. He cleans out that Reinhardt. Actually doesn't get the he did get the McCree as well. The Reaper Anorak attack. Oh, that's actually hard to say. I'm probably not going to try that one again. Anoratic? Maybe that's it. Anoratic gets Arya. Unfortunately, 2 fall down, and one was due to the, of course, attack. The other one, I think, was just an accident. So they're taking a bit of a laugh at it. Let me know how the audio is at least. How is audio at least? Thank you for, by the way, the Twitch Prime sub, which is very surprising at this point. But thank you, sizable coin. But Shark and Hang just took out a lot of Ninjas with Attitude. Vinculum is actually still the one with the hold. You don't actually have to be touching the point on this King of the Hill map. You just have to have it under your control. I wish I had seen what happened there. It looks like that was just a suicide, though, to be honest. Do you have Ninja with his Attitude getting right onto that point? Roadhog has been slipped, but not killed. Just a little CC right there, and it does swap back into the favor of Ninja's Attitude. I'm just going to go with NWA, even though it sounds like I'm talking about the National Women's Basketball League, okay? Because that's going to happen. Immortals has not already played. They were going to play second, and miscommunication between the team that wanted to go first, and etc, etc. But we do have the Reinhardt, I believe, getting nano boosted. He's way back there. Actually has the Earth Shatter as well. Very nicely done by Watt7, and he just takes out everyone. The kill feed is real. Very nicely done. And now that they have pushed entirely back, they can actually camp the spawn a little bit. So originally, Vinculum looked to be doing pretty well. They got up to 84%, which is not bad at all, but now that they're pushed all the way back, it's going to be difficult. It looks like NWA not going to try and take advantage right there of that choke point, just playing a little bit safer. They still kept Vinculum kind of like on the back foot. They were a little scared to push into that choke, and for good reason. So they took an extra 10 to 15 seconds to actually push forward, but now finding their confidence. It is currently 3 ults to 2 in favor of Vinculum. We do have McCree. Reels going for their McCree there, and he actually gets 3. By the way, that was totally guesswork on which function key he was, but that worked out, so I'm just pretending I'm a great observer. But there's Kaon going there now. He does get 2 with his own Deadeye. Roadhog now trying to take care of things, but it is going to go in favor of NWA. Nicely done. They take it back from what looked to be a pretty solid held points from Vinculum. And we'll put it to a 1-1. I miss Easy E. So ideally, Rifkin's power will come back at some points. and he can get back up with the nice graphics and all that, because I know this is kind of bare bones, but at least it's a stream, and at least there's some talking about it over it, but the camera work's going to be absolutely terrible, guys, as I get used to swapping between, I guess, third person and general view and over the shoulder view. I'm not going to try and experiment with the static cameras because I know it took even him a couple of minutes to get used to it. So as useful as that would be on King of the Hill, it's going to be missing for now. Let's follow the Reaper going in here. Everyone goes over to this right side. Things have started. Reinhardt's both protecting their team. Reaper actually pulled by the Roadhog. That would have been a really great pickoff if he didn't have the Shade available, but he still ends up going down to that Roadhog. Nicely done. Another pull on the Zarya brings her forward. No kill there, however, and it does look like just barely NWA is getting the better end of these deals. Another pull on the Honor right there, and that did end up with a kill. Nicely done by Hafikul. Now pushing them up over to the choke, and this is actually NWA. NWA is, I don't know what it took. They took a little bit of a warm-up or something like that for that first map, the one that Vinculum was able to get that 1 point in the board for, but now they're looking fantastic. Another Roadhog kill, second Roadhog kill. Hafikul trying to be the world's best Roadhog right here, actually, with some competition. I've actually been watching, again, like I wasn't talking about, a lot of the Korean games, and they have some really good Roadhogs over there. Seriously.
My ultimate is charging.
Do have a lot of reports of ultimates as they both get ready for another push in here, but NWA with 2 ultimates. I mean, they're already almost up to 4, above 80% on a lot of players here. Earth Shatter, pretty nicely done. Unfortunately, unable to really push forward with it, and the Roadhog ended up getting the nano boost anyway. Not too effective on like the super kill count here with the nano boost, but he got the Reinhardt and he continued forward, got the Zarya as well, and Vinculum is not making any headway. As I said, NWA already had a couple of ults on the way. Now they still have 2. See, it's going to be 2 for a while, though. Whereas Vinculum is almost up to 4 on their side. Zarya with 1. Bounties almost. Could get a combo with the Anna attack. Again, someone I said I wasn't going to try and talk about, but there I go again.
Fire at will.
Oh, that's Graviton Surge. That was pretty nice, and this is, again, Vinculum not being able to do much of anything. The Reaper back there also gets taken out, and that's a complete team wipe. Now, finally, though, Vinculum will have a couple of ults ready to go. Do want to remind everyone that Vinculum is the North American team. Actually, let me double-check that before I go talking. Right? Yes, they are the American team. NWA looking a little bit better, though. They're almost at 100%. Lucio ulting. There's a Graviton Surge, and it only catches the Lucio, so not really effective there, and there wouldn't have been much follow-up anyways. The rest of the team is taken out. Nano Boost even a little bit excessive. Totally just like a winning move right there on the Reaper. Like, yeah, we won. Now put another point on the board for NWA.
Score 1-2.
The graphics have been better before? I didn't realize. Well, I'm not sure if you're talking about the, like, the bitrate type of graphics or like the actual like fancy like you know, the actual overlay, because the overlay is probably not as good as it was before. I mean, I literally just put text what their names are, what their clan tags are. So if you like that, I suppose. I do notice, because everything went kind of sideways, right, with the stream crashing, but there was a Zenyatta on that very first map on the shrine it was, and I'm not seeing him anymore. Womp womp. As it has gone to the 4th game in this best of 5 in a best of 3. I know it can be confusing, guys, I realize that, but there are going to be repeat maps, so once again we're on Shrine where we did see that Zenyatta, so speaking of, I'm surprised they didn't go ahead and do that again. Actually, it looks like Ninjas with Attitude once again being the ones to get a bit more of a foothold on the high ground here. Reinhardt slept, Hang not really contributing very much. The Reinhardt shield on NWA is broken, and there's the sleep on that Reinhardt as well. There's everyone taking breaks over here. Finally, have our first death. NWA taken out, the Reaper and the Lucio. The rest of Vinculum trying to do something here, but that point will go in favor. Oh, the pull from the Roadhog and the Zarya, nicely done as well. That will go in favor of the red team here. They're just doing really nice. Again, like I said, I don't know if it's the just the warm-up on that very first map, but Ninja's attitude really looking good. I did mention watching them before the beginning of the cast, before Rifkin, you know, unfortunately his power went out, that Ninjas with Attitude did face Ninjas in Pajamas, which is a very, very good team, very established team at this point. And while they did lose 0-2, I really think that they held their own, you know, it wasn't totally embarrassing or anything like that. The Reaper comes through, the Gravitons are just go down everywhere. It is going totally, absolutely in favor of NWA, especially because of that Reaper boost, but everyone pulled their weight for that engagement, and the Reaper does take out the rest of the team. So it actually looks like Vinculum, by the way, had managed to get the point back for a second while everything was happening over to the right. We do have the Reaper looking for something special there. I'm gonna go and see what he can do. Oopsie, oopsie. There we go. Pretty nicely done. He did try and call exactly where the team was going to end up, and while I did get a attack in, it wasn't the most effective, a bit of a trade character to character. Lucio ult going down. Roadhog ult going down as well. Everyone trying to get their ults down. We do have Balances with a nano boost, but he's choosing not to use it. Can Vinculum take the point back? They are very, very close to it. 2v1, 3v1. Their Reaper will go down, and they can actually hold this. And the Nano Boost did not have to be used from Bounty. Bounties. My mistake. I'm sorry. And now they control the high ground. So, NWA, I mean, they get 82%, and they're up a level, a point, whatever you want to call it, right? So they're still feeling pretty damn good. They can actually wait for a little bit. You know, they can wait for actually the perfect push. They don't have to be in a hurry here. Fortunately, no ultimates. Finally, the Ana gets one. Sleep goes on the Reinhardt, and the Nano Boost on the Reaper for NWA. That actually might be enough. Unfortunately, the Reaper Reels X doesn't have his own, but it looks like everything's still in favor of NWA anyways. And not just because of the Reaper, everyone on the sides is doing their contribution. The Reinhardt is chasing after characters to the right, and Reels was just taking care of everything off to the left. This is very confusing. The camera controls it is, not the actual game. NWA once again with that point control, taking up to 100%. Now, Vinculum is definitely on a timer here. They need to get something done, but unfortunately with only one Earth Shatter ultimate, in fact, and he was pushed all the way back, so he comes charging in, mostly just kind of get into the point, sets that Earth Shatter down, but then just dies. Nothing to follow up there. Bounty's going to try and hold on to the points for just a second longer. Not going to happen. No Tracers coming in here, and that is going to be a 3-1 win in favor of NWA for the King of the Hill. So that's another thing I have to do, I suppose. Actually put the points up here. Great.
Play of the match.
We watch the play of the match. I'll just add the score. I'm sure I had the score beforehand. Not image, definitely not image. Text is good. 1. Images of attitude. Put a little border on that. You can see how production works. It's amazing, isn't it? Oh, no points awarded? Fine. No big deal. Go to the out-of-game stream away wait, I suppose. So, it's not the Elima League, I can tell you that much. Just get the BaseTradeTV one up. Probably the worst thing that could have happened for today was Rifkin losing power. Boop. Boop. There you go. Actually, I think I might have the Ting out of game overlay. Oh, I do! Look at that! Except it's not StarCraft 2. So, not that great. I'm just gonna stay in the in-game overlay. How about that? I'm not using my face at all. It's fine. Thank you to Nitrous Pelican for the 22-month resub. What is love? Love is continuing to watch this stream, despite what is not amazing camera work. So, I'm gonna actually restart the stream again, this time with delay. So just hang on a second, guys, and we'll be back with some Overwatch. Working now. So, it might have worked a minute ago. Doesn't look like it, though. Waiting for the little green AOK sign basically to pop up, and it took forever. So I'm streaming with a delay on Twitch, and I'm ready to go. Okay, ready now. So it is loser's choice. The two remaining maps were Lijiang Tower and Dorado, and the loser's pick was Dorado. And hopefully you can get things started. So Ninjas with Attitude still end up being red and on the right side, I think. I guess I could actually even change the names to be red. I mean, that's like really try-harding here, but it could work. It didn't work at all. What are you doing to me? Red, dummy.
Traveling to
Wow,
arrival.
this isn't working at all. Oh, because I'm choosing the wrong color. Production. No, that's dumb. I don't like it. I made a mistake. I made a mistake! Y'all are gonna deal. Oh, and they get East Coast. Okay, well, I need to get in position. Hing! Nice little tour, you know? East Coast will be even more favorable for our red team here, which is, once again, going to be Ninjas with Attitude. So my score is even right in the top. I mean, that's a magnificent overlay. I realize this. Thank you all for complimenting my overlay. And thank you to Effie35 for the 19-month resub. But, alright, so... still gonna do my bearing a little bit. So delay is kicked in, and we're ready to go now. At Vinculum, they had a strong start initially on the King of the Hill, and then Ninjas with Attitude. I don't know if they're getting used to the delay, the lag they were feeling, or they just had to get used to speaking again with each other, because there was a bit of a delay between the series getting set up, but man, they just took control right back. We'll see what they can do on an escort map, as they are attacking first. Did you see, couple of the picks. Whoa, what is even happening here? Please. There we go. That was weird. They hurt yourself. Why would you do that? Anyways, picks have been locked in, it looks like, as these do look like pretty normal picks. Even the Hanzo we've been seeing, so not too surprising there. We'll see exactly what he can do. There's a Watt 7 leading the charge. There they are on the high ground here. Looking to hold for some time with that high ground advantage. Just raining down from above a little bit. It's going to push out forward, though. Not really holding it for very long.
You're covered.
Not much going down quite yet. Just everyone kind of pushing as they do. Hanzo actually on the high ground a little bit. We actually have a Reaper from behind as well. He is waiting, and waiting really, really patiently as well. I'm not like, okay, so like he won't have an ultimate ready at any time, right? And he's not really gaining any ult charge either by being back there, so that is one downside for sure. But if he could get a pick on some of these supports right off the bat, then he could set up a really nice team kill for his team that's over in the front trying to push the payload. McCree managed to get the Lucio. I guess the shield went down for a second. He was able to pick him off. Nicely done here. Still waiting for what that Reaper can do, by the way. He is just waiting super patiently. He's probably waiting for the shot call, actually, from his teammates. And, of course, Vinculum has not noticed this quite yet. Genji! Ooh, nice headshot on that Genji. Nanoboost comes down on Watt. He is flashbang to hold him off for a little bit. And he's actually getting the most kills. But I missed it. Reels actually came in from the backside. I ended up getting the Ana on the Zarya. And I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do. He does get picked off, of course. So there's the Earth Shatter. And it looks like NWA is going to be able to push forward. I love that Lucio likes to sing along with the payload. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? At Zarya and Genji getting pretty far forward. I guess the Zarya, you know, as a pretty tanky character, can take a couple shots. And then, of course, shielding that Genji so he can get some of his own little pokes and prods in himself, but that will be the payload moving all the way forward, and I guess they weren't fearful of that not happening. 3 ultimates for Vinculum, including the Ana and the McCree here. Lucio almost there. Actually, they're almost, all almost quite close to their ultimates. They're going to take position up on the high ground. That is pretty usual. Genji's trying to poke and prod again. Want to get to that ultimate. We have Reels trying to get something done. Actually, the Graviton Surge on the team below, followed up by what was a very hopeful McCree follow-up, but of course taken out by Reels. Unable to do very much. Actually, the Reaper's being the highlight of both teams, as he's trying to get to that last Zarya, being healed by Lucio, though. Might not happen for Anitrack. NWA is able to push it forward, however, they had 2 left, whereas, of course, Vinculum had 0 left. A couple of really cool things happened there. The Reaper trying to deny the McCree from getting that ult, as well as just jumping down, and then, of course, Anoratic. Why do I keep saying his name? Why do you have to be one of the key heroes to talk about? Trying to do what he can on his own Reaper as well. But pushing past the bridge, underneath the bridge, Hang actually pushes down. That's a little bit, I mean, it's basically without his team, but here they come now. Anitrack shades in. He's always getting adept, right? But he was boosted. Unfortunately, not able to find too many kills. Anna doing a good job surviving. Anitrack does have to phase away once again, but they do hold right now. Vinculum holds. And then NWA has to back off and wait a little bit. At least I think they do, actually, but their Zarya was actually in pretty deep, and she tried to escape. Not able to happen when the Reaper was right there. Anitrack on the high ground going to look for one of those really awesome attacks from above. This nice little nook here might not be recognized by NWA. Now, NWA has a couple of ults. Actually going to change position. Alright, then. But NWA has a couple of ults. Vinculum has used most of their ults. Their McCree's about to have one, maybe from the high ground get something done, but that Reaper's going to go in from behind a little bit. No, he's not going to jump down. Of course, nowhere near his ult. Probably wouldn't have been worth it when there's already 3 there, but just some extra damage on it. Do what you can. There is that McCree ult. I don't think it's... Oh, no, he's actually coming from behind. He might get a lot. No, he only gets 1. The Reinhardt gets knocked out by him. Reels gets slept after the nano boost, but only for a short time. Still trying to go ham. Finally takes out the Reinhardt, I guess, with the help of the Lucio, apparently. But there he goes, taking out the other Reaper, and the McCree goes down as well on the high ground. I guess there's a bit of a scuffle. And the rest of NWA actually goes down. So nicely done by Vinculum. Now they have 2 ults. They're about to actually have almost all of them, in fact, above 80%. Very nicely done. NWA has to collect themselves. They're going to have about 3 ultimates. Not including the nano boost, though, so they might want to wait for that. The Vinculum has been able to hold very well on this point specifically. Twice now, I want to say, maybe even 3 times. Because NWA was getting a bit better engagements beforehand. Now trying a different pathway through the bank, I believe it is. Has been busted into. Spree goes in first as the rest of them go to the high ground to try and chase down a lot of the supports that were hanging around there. Bounty actually gets taken down. Graviton surges from both parties here. And a Earth Shatter. And it looks like NWA getting another good engagement after failing for the last 3. Getting a really good engagement as they get an entire team wipe. Actually, Bounty's, of course, alive now because he was the first to die. So he has to wait for his team. And they will be able to push that forward to the point. Nicely done by NWA, and they still have 2 ults, almost 3, almost 4 actually. Lucio and Ana still have them. The sleep goes down, but not before Ana's taken out by that Deadeye. I guess the McCree realized what was going to happen and just went for it while he still could. That split-second decision. So his ultimate didn't do too much, but he still lives, which is of course really important. And he at least got 1 kill. Not too long of a distance away from your spawn point, and the payload actually has still a long way to go, so actually NWA pushing a little too far forward. They gotta be careful not to be split up and taken out one by one, as Vinculum does have 4 ultimates. Oh, excuse me. Has 4 ultimates. I guess I always wondered what solo casting Overwatch would be like, and it's difficult. I think solo casting isn't that difficult, but solo casting and observing is super difficult. The nano boost is going down on both Reapers, I want to say, but the Reels ended up getting a lot more from that. So this one is actually slept. Poor Anoratic. Can't do very much. And that is going to be a push for NWA. Actually, a full push. Genji tries to get in there to stall it out. Stalls at the last second. But then a flashbang Earth Shatter from NWA, but followed by an Earth Shatter from Vinculum. McCree actually uses his ult right there, probably unnecessarily. That's it.
Complete.
All 3 points taken by NWA.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Oh boy. I also have to constantly check, by the way, out of paranoia that I'm not mixing up the teams, as I'm sure that'll happen once. Maybe even twice. At this point, I've tried to really remember who's on what team. You know, I think for me right now, the Kratos Digga is the point man for me. That's the one that I recognize as being on NWA. So that's what I'm always going to be paying attention to. And Anoratic, the guy that I can never say his name fast enough on Vinculum. Nice little... I know I can speed up the camera, but whatever. I'm not going to mess with any controls that I'm not 100% sure about, alright? I'm already doing a poor enough job as it is, just getting the third person, the global view going, because that's the safest bet right now. If I try and be fancy with, like, first-person stuff, I think you all already seen how that goes. I just miss everything. Alright, so NWA is actually already up 1 point, so never forget that. I do have the score, the overall score, I suppose, at the very, very top. It's very pretty, I know. But it is a best of 3, so if they do end up winning this, if they hold them at any point, basically, Ninjas with Attitude will have taken the qualification spot. I'm certainly looking forward to that. We do have Anoratic, once again, DPS player. Why, God, why? Going on the fair, and he might just stick with it. We did see this from the last qualification best of 3 without the Mercy, so it is usually paired up with the Mercy. That's like the most effective way to do it, but Mercy herself as a support has been kind of like in the dumps lately as far as a support choice when Ana is so much more tempting. But Pharah can still do like her job, right, without getting the damage boost, or without even getting healed by the Mercy continuously. Ana can kind of fill that role, of course. As you can get above, you can kind of go behind the Reinhardt shield as well. You gotta be careful though when you do that, but you can kind of get behind it and get a lot of damage in. You can even get them the splashback a little bit so that they're a little bit more, they're exactly like that, they're a little bit more disjointed. Maybe the rest of your team can start getting the picks. Genji is actually trying to come in from behind to get those picks, I would say, but unable to do very much and just poking and prodding. So far, NWA holding pretty strong. They are holding pretty forward. You know, they jumped off of that ledge, and here they are starting to get torn apart, so maybe this is Genji's time to shine. Doesn't look like very much. Actually, I don't know how Reinhardt killed himself in the kill feed, but apparently that happened. And Lucy got a kill on a Reaper. And here comes the Genji. He does have the Dragon Blade. He's gonna go for it. Chasing down that Lucio, and the rest of the team for NWA has already gone down, actually, even without the Genji here. And Vinculum will be able to push forward in a very good manner. And I do wonder how much of that had to do with NWA pushing forward a little bit too much, maybe getting a little too confident. The fair choice also might have been a bit of a surprise. Again, it's not, like, so rare, but it can be like, oh shit, like, you know, look above, basically, when sometimes you aren't used to that. Oh, nice snipe from the McCree there in the fair. That's exactly what McCree is for, by the way. You have the Reaper chasing down, gets slept, so can't chase down the Roadhog entirely, and we'll have to just back off, again, pushing forward quite a bit. But this time, because they had momentum, you know, it wasn't just them engaging team fights far forward. So they're taking back control of that little bit of a choke as well, which would be very obnoxious for the attacking team to deal with. Oh, nice hook from Shark there, and able to finish the Zarya off as well. And we have a lot of ults for Vinculum here. Nano Boost actually on the Roadhog, and as he ults, there's the Pharah ult as well. A little unfocused, as the team was pretty away from each other, basically. Like, NWA was kind of everywhere. But the point is, they do push it forward, and while, okay, maybe the Pharah could have saved her ult for an even more opportune moment, that it did the job, basically, and maybe you need another one before the day is out. The choice of Sand Pharah, by the way, can be an interesting one once the opponent's team, once NWA in this case, does have a McCree. Like, if they didn't start off with a McCree and they change over, just because McCree can, you know, pretty good at picking off that Pharah. But the Pharah's actually been doing a pretty nice job keeping alive, but we do have a changeover, actually, onto the Reaper. Alright. It does seem to be that first point and a little bit beyond that. Can be very good to use the Pharah, and then you just swap over. Very forward attack by Hang. We do have a Genji somewhere going ham with the blade here. But not too ham, I guess. He was actually more in the back line, chasing down a specific opponent. Hang takes out the Reinhardt. It's actually Vinculum with a very good team fight. NWA does have a lot of ultimates off the backside of losing that fight, but they do give up a lot of ground on the payload. That's the best way to get used to like using the function keys and remembering who is who on the function keys is just to keep on doing it. So maybe I should just practice. Triple ultimates. Oh, whoa, that's an ultimate you have to be worried about. The Reaper just actually disengaged. He's like, I'm not dealing with that. So Half-Equal looking for a lot of kills. Ends up getting the Roadhog and is actually chasing down the Reinhardt. Nano Boost is out, though. It's gone from him, so he might be going a little too far forward. Looks like the opponent, the Vinculum's Reaper, was taken out on the backside. Not able to do too much, trying to chase down at McCree. But the team is forward now, so NWA can continue pushing forward, but Genji's Dragon Blade, no Dragon Blade for you, good sir. Actually, Hebok gets the kill credit for that. That's a little unfortunate, as Kayun did just kind of waste the ult right there then. Yeah, back down to almost 0%. Of course, it rises pretty quickly, but that is a complete reset right there. 4 ultimates to what is basically going to be 4, or actually 5. 5 ultimates probably once the engagement actually goes down. Everyone trying to get a good setup. Trying to find any pickoffs right here. Kayun trying to get Havoc, actually. But protected by Half-Equal. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Enerotic, I guess, was trying to protect the Genji in the same way. The Genji, well, there's a lot of protecting going on anyways. So, it's actually Half-Equal kind of gets a free pick on the Reaper. Interesting decision to go this route with the entire team, by the way, for Vinculum. They actually aren't, of course, anywhere near their payload, but they're trying to get forward. Genji trying to do something. There we go. There's the push forward on the payload. Where is that McCree coming down? Way back there, I want to say. I actually think that it was a bit of a panic. McCree ult against the Genji, but the Graviton Surge is real. Actually, the Reaper is pushed back. Shark's still taken out. Everyone else taken out by Vinculum. Enerotic tries to get 1 kill at least. Finally finds that's McCree. But the whole of Vinculum is taken out. Nicely held by NWA. Now they have 3 ultimates. 2-3 still, I suppose. But with a minute left over, I think Vinculum does want to be pushing this a little bit farther. They really have not been able to get past this this bridge point right here. Shark going pretty deep. He is followed by his team. Oh, but they did not see the Reinhardt behind that Earth Shatter into a charge that actually bounced the opposing Reinhardt away. That was kind of weird. Nano Boost on Enerotic, though, and that Reaper tried to get something done, but the Reinhardt was actually protecting with the shield. Still getting a lot done, though. The Lucio went down. The Reinhardt eventually went down, and then Half-Equal also after that, and that does mean Vinculum can continue pushing this card, but they really need to push. They actually need to get to that point. They're running out of time. They're going to have to go into overtime, actually, to get this, I'm pretty sure. 15 seconds, 14 seconds. They are pushing it, and there's nothing to stop it from NWA. They're all up and ready to go. Are they going to try and stop it? They do have a lot of their members here, so it's not like they're split push. They are, in fact, going to try and stop it. No, actually, kind of... What? Wait, no, they actually didn't. And Reaper, with the Nano Boost behind, tries to get a lot of kills. Dang, that was pretty cool. That was actually a very effective Nano Boosted Reaper. Half-Equal, really with the plays. And that didn't... No, it did touch. Yeah, it did touch. Okay. I barely heard the sound, you know, the victory sound, basically, but they did get that timer. About a minute more there. So that's something, at least. Because if they hadn't, I think that actually would have been game over for them. It would have been on overtime, and then no one would have been touching it. So, okay, well, it's still a very close race. Only a minute left to get around so many bends that have actually been holding up so many teams for 3-4+ minutes. They have to do in under a minute, technically. Of course, overtime can be indefinite.
Fire at will.
Graviton Surge from the Zarya here, trying to get behind the Reinhardt shield, but he's actually just pushed back. The Earth Shatter from the Reinhardt that was pushed back tries to make up for the damage the Graviton Surge combos did, but unfortunately unable to really do so, and it is NWA continuing to hold the point. 24 more seconds, and Vinculum only has 1 more push left over. They have 3 ultimates, almost 4 with Lucio, and actually they're going to go from behind. Gonna wait for the Reinhardt, of course, to lead the charge. They need to actually get there, though. 10 more seconds, and he's gonna go this way, but he just gets immediately... Oh my good god, the McCree and the Reaper combined on top of a Reinhardt. He's not gonna last a very long time. That poor Reaper not... Oh no, the Reaper actually does get the damage done here. He takes out the McCree. Unfortunately, was it really the best nano-boosted Reaper? Well, that one's a lot better. That was a nano-boosted, but that was just his ult going down, and that actually ended up being very effective. He kind of made his way all around the path, didn't he? But he ended up finding the heart of NWA's heroes, what to say, army. Kind of an army, right? And is able to take out a very, very important team kill. Now we still have a very good team hold for NWA still in the pockets. The Reinhardt actually was... Oh. Okay, I actually thought that was going to be able to be continued to be pushed, but no, it's not. The Reinhardt nano boosted, and then everyone else just off the points. I mean, if they were on the point, they probably would have been swung with a hammer anyway, but they were just off the point, off the payload in general, and Ninjas with Attitude, the ones that are going to take the victory and take the series.
Play of the match.
Here's the play of the match. Fancy. Which Reaper was this? Oh, okay, so he denied, right, he denied the McCree, got the Ana, and then continued on with his slaughter, and then died. So not the most graceful end of the play of the game. That happens, though. That's that. Congratulations, Ninja with Attitude. A European team gonna come back for the final round of 8s. To be determined. That's gonna lead us into Selfless, I believe. Selfless's game. So now I actually gotta get in some admin into. Great, I love it. Selfless, please invite to lobby. I can leave this one. So as we'll be waiting for a while, I guess I'll go back to the game here. Hey, yay, we did it. Whoopsie. So, we do have 2 teams qualified today, on top of the 4 from last time. 2 more to qualify still. It's been forever since we cast Selfless, just because we had so many hiccups, and of course the stream, and then a lot of games or 2, but Selfless was one of the first series, was the first series that we cast, and they've been waiting for quite a while. It looks like EUS versus the versus Immortals actually went, which is certainly a problem, but one that I have to deal with after, I suppose, as admin. I didn't realize I was in this call this entire time. There's no reason for that. Actually, I can just go to a commercial break, I suppose. Just give myself a break. So, thanks everyone for watching. Hope that you're able to watch it, I guess, with my extreme observing skills. And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Alright, hey everyone. So I'm not too upset about this. Originally I was like a little peeved that people had started, but apparently that wasn't actually the issue. So the issue is that one team just never bothered responding ever again, so I don't know if that was their idea of forfeiting or what, but it was very annoying. So Immortals ends up taking it 2-0, but of course they advance on, so good job to Immortals. And then Selfless, who has been selflessly waiting forever, eventually got told that the team was just forfeiting. So it took a while. They probably could have gone and done other things, but oh well. So Selfless UG will also advance on to the qualifying spot. Can't be too upset about it because, of course, everything has been going wrong for the last best of 3. But I did enjoy casting today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you all the resubs and the new sub that we got with Twitch Prime, which was very surprising, but thank you for using your Twitch Prime sub on us today for our Overwatch cast. So that means, again, just to go over it, Immortals, NWA, Selfless, and Nice Hamsters, that's their real name, do advance on to the top 8. The top 8 date has been loosely secured, so we will keep you guys informed for the future as to when that's happening. But I had a great time casting today. I actually think things went a lot smoother up until the disconnect point for Rifkin. But I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I'll come back for that top 8. Of course, thanks to Ting for sponsoring the event. I know I don't have them up here, which is very poor of me, but they are sponsoring the event, and that's really awesome. So if you're interested in a new mobile phone service provider and you are from the US, then go to ting.com and check it out, btv.ting.com, and check it out. It's a service where if you're just on Wi-Fi most of the day, then you're going to benefit a lot from this. You can get a monthly bill that's as low as $20, which if you're from Europe, I know doesn't sound impressive, but trust me, it is. I actually use Ting and can attest to it being a good service. No problems really with the the general service, right? Like actually getting connection. Their customer service is amazing. Been very, very helpful and very responsive. And of course, Ting in general has been really cool at helping esports in StarCraft 2 and now dipping their feet into Overwatch. So continued thanks to them and hope you guys will check them out. Thank you to Sizek, a second Twitch Prime sub for today. So thank you again for using it here. Tomorrow we will be back with StarCraft 2 Corsair Cup like usual, and hopefully Reef can have his power back as well. But thank you to the channel sponsors, Chairs for Gaming, G2A.com, Yord Woodwatches, and Corsair Gaming. You can check out all those links down below. If you do, it helps us out, and you can actually get some really cool stuff from them as well. If you're interested in chairs, watches, games, you get the gist. So thank you again for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the Corsair Cup. Bye bye.